So I've parked the van up for a sunbathe, get some good sun here on the big panel. It's quite high at this time of day, to be honest. And where it is now, it's pulling in 58 watt, so I'm happy with that. A man like Paul, thanks for joining the channel. And you did do a Q&A. Now instead of me commenting, I'm going to make a video out of it while I walk down the canal on this nice day we've been blessed with. First question was, where do you get your van registered to if you haven't got an address? Now I've been lucky enough, I had a split with the other half, but we split on good terms, and she's the mother of my daughter who lives at the address, so that is where my van is registered to. Other ways you could get family or friends, I suppose, to be able to have a van registered with no fixed abode. That's where all the mail will go, any speeding fines, stuff like that. How much does it cost per month? Now it changes. About a month ago I travelled to Wales to do a job, and then I travelled up Scotland to see a friend and to just see the sights really, just have a wander around and a bit of travelling. Now that cost me in fuel probably about £100, but then a couple of weeks back I've been working in Manchester and I must have put about £40 in the tank at the beginning of the week because I was living on site whilst I were working. I was parked up in the car park in the centre of Manchester. So that's the fuel side of it. It all depends. It'll be different for everybody as well. Depends if you're travelling, sightseeing, or you're just staying in one spot. Now I call my tax and insurance, I kind of call that my rent. So that's my rent, and that comes in at, I think it was £300 for the year on my tax, and my insurance is £120 a month. Now that'll be different as well for different people. Mine's quite high, to be honest. 2 litre van. Now my heating is, I put like £10 worth of fuel in for my heating a long time ago. Now it has been cold, but I have got a decent sleeping bag. Now I only put the heater on if I'm really am struggling, you know, that it is that cold that I can't function. So I stick it on, and once it gets up to temperature I will turn it back off. The van's that well insulated that temperature stays up as long as the door's closed. A bit like when you're at home, you know, you can heat the house up and then the door, somebody knocks on the door, you open the door for 5 minutes and it all blows out. So yeah, it's very well kept for the winter months, which I'm finding out this winter. Food all depends. Sometimes I go to Wetherspoons, McDonald's, stuff like that. And sometimes I cook. Now my cooking setup is one gas stove with one pan. The size of the van, I keep it down to, it's only me in there, you see. If I had guests around, they'd be struggling. I'd have to feed them off the kitchen worktop. I do pick up deals, you know, like Asda, Tesco, deals that have £1 knocked off and stuff like that. So I don't know what I'm eating. I eat most food, so I'm not very picky. So anything that's in that selection, bit of pastrami, I'll get some crackers or some cheese, something like that. But my fridge at the moment, now I officially went full-time on YouTube in the van about 2 months ago, or a month ago. I've got a video on there somewhere, but I actually split up with the missus in the end of January, so I was living in the van as it was being built. So if you see my channel, if you look at the videos on the channel where there's just wood on the floor, just an empty shell, I was actually living in that at the time. I didn't make it official, I didn't make it public, but yeah, that's the truth. So I was having to take stuff out the van. I parked up on an industrial estate. This was before the floor went down, which was the biggest thing, because obviously you've got to empty the full van. So I emptied the full van just over the way there, and I had to put the floor insulation down, a wooden floor. Once that floor was in, I felt a lot better that I didn't have to take everything out. I could just move it to one side. But yeah, that were hard times, and that was around, I remember I didn't have a diesel heater, so I had duvets and just layers of blankets to keep me warm. It was a really tough period of my life, to be honest. Looking back, I had wood suspended on ceiling as I was sleeping underneath it, and one night it snapped and all the wood ended up on me. That was a bad part of my life, that. But at least I had a roof above my head and I was in a closed space. I wasn't on the streets like a lot of people. So that's what I kept on thinking to myself. It's not all, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. So the best thing of van life is just the freedom of being able to go anywhere with your house on your back, like a tortoise, you know. Wherever you go, you've got all your amenities there with you. You're never going to be without, because you've got your heating, you've got your electric, you've got your cooking means, you've got your sleeping means, you've got everything there wherever you go. And yeah, you're right, the least favourite thing of van life is the toilet. I've got something to have a number one in, but a number two, I have to go to a supermarket or pub, stuff like that. I have been in some situations where I am going to have to. I'm thinking, have I got a plastic bag in van? Because I'm going to have to do it. Not wanting to, but obviously your body sometimes just, it's like, hey, I'm the boss, so I'm going to do it now. I have been very close on a couple of occasions. So the toilet, but with the size of the van, there's no way I want a toilet in that van. It's just too small, and it'd have to go next to my head where I sleep. So yeah, it's not for me. I'd rather keep it fresh and clean and just use that method of going to the toilet. If it comes down to it, a doggy bag, something like that. And the shower, yeah, I have got a shower that is in a black sealed bag, and you put it on the front of your van, and the sunlight heats it up. Now it's not going to heat up to in-house temperatures, you know, it's not going to be steaming. So I have got a gym membership which costs me, we'll put that in the cost of living as well. So that costs me, is it £25 a month for my shower and stuff like that. Plus I go to the gym so I can work out as well. So that's, I'd say if you're living in a van and you haven't got a shower, that is a brilliant means of getting fresh and clean. Getting into van life, what inspired me? YouTube, like most things. I mean, I'm an avid metal detectorist. I've got a metal detecting channel, and I picked that up off YouTube as well. You see it and you think, oh yeah, but that's great, that, and then you do it yourself. And just the freedom. There's a lot of things I haven't seen in my lifetime. As a kid, we didn't have a car, so we went to Blackpool, Pontins and stuff like that, but we didn't really travel and see the sights. So that's my plan. That is my plan for the future of the channel. On me. I mean, just walking down here today, the amount of times I've walked down here to Manchester with my mum and dad. We didn't have a car, so we used to jump on the canal and walk down. We used to jump back off it through Middleton, and then yeah, and I've done a lot of fishing in my time as well. So it's good to go travelling, but it's nice to know where you are sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's just good to spread your wings and just go with the flow. So yeah, cheers Paul, you've made a video for me. Now all these stats and figures will be totally different from each person in van life. Some will need even more power, some will put more money into it. I've gone for a van on a budget, very low budget, which has all the amenities. It is lacking on space. It is lacking on space. As soon as I stand up in the van, I'm in kitchen and the bedroom. I've got enough space to stretch my legs, and it's that small. It'll get to a lot of places that I want to explore where a long wheelbase high top wouldn't be able to fit. So if, like Paul, you want to follow on my adventures, stick us a thumbs up, subscribe. The sun's gone in. I'm going to get in the van now. I've run out of coffee. So I'm with a cold drink of Vimto. Stick lights on. I'm going to edit this video. Okay, take care on your travels. And welcome to the channel, Mr. Random Adventures, where a bit of everything on the channel, but mostly I will be converting an ex-Royal Mail Peugeot expert to travel the UK, Scotland, down south and Europe in the search of lost history, which will be on my partner channel, History Revisited. And if you want to come on this expedition with me, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, and notification button will give you first-hand indication of when videos go live. So yeah, welcome and thanks for watching.